Hey guys and girls, what is up? Welcome back to Jumbo Bunny. Today we're going to be playing with some OOBLECK. Now this is apparently something that all you lucky kids got to play with at school, but unfortunately I never got taught how to make this in class. And so the first time I actually saw this was on the internet, and when I came across this thing called OOBLECK, I had no idea what it was until I actually saw it, and it looks amazing. It's kind of like a slime, but it's like liquid, and then it's solid when you're playing with it, and then when you stop playing with it, it goes back into a liquid again. I saw this and I was like, no way, this thing can't exist. I don't understand how it works, so I definitely had to try it. Today we're going to make OOBLECK, and because of the awesome properties of OOBLECK, we can also turn it into a really good stress ball. And this actually feels like the most realistic stress ball I've ever made. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is a mixing bowl. You're also going to need some corn flour, some food coloring if you like, a measuring container with 1 cup of water, some balloons. I also got some pattern balloons, but you don't have to do this, a plastic bottle, and some scissors. So guys, this DIY is so easy to do. I was shocked by how easy it actually was. You only need 2 ingredients. And that's why I was so surprised that I'd never done it before, or that I wasn't taught it in school, because it's so easy to make. So basically all you need to do is get about a cup's worth of corn flour and pour it into your mixing bowl. That might seem like a lot, but it's actually not too bad because you want to have enough to be able to get your hand into it and get messy. The next thing you do is you're going to add about 2 cups of water to the corn flour. Now I didn't add it all straight away because I wasn't sure how much to actually add, and I didn't quite trust the fact that I needed 2 cups of water, so I wanted to do this really slowly. And as you can see, because I've never made this before, I'm actually going really slowly. When I pour the water in and I'm mixing it, I'm like feeling it with my fingers, and I'm getting so confused about what's going on. Like my eyes are telling me that it's a water, but when I touch it, it's really solid. I was just so confused. So I ended up playing with this for ages and didn't actually even make the OOBLECK slime until way later. So as you add in the water, you want to like slowly mix the corn flour with the water. But as you can see here, I was having a fair bit of trouble mixing it. Like again, it really just messes with your mind, because when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I should be able to mix this. But when I actually try and mix it, nothing mixes properly. It all feels way too solid to me. But anyway, try to mix it as best you can. I don't think at this point I had enough water anyway, so I was just kind of playing around with it to see what it was doing. And see, even at this point, it's kind of like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a clay, and like you can get your hand into it and you can kind of mold it around. But when you try and put your hand into it really quickly, it doesn't let you do it. And then when you let go, it still kind of becomes liquid. And Mia was super interested as well, so she came along to help, but I think all that happened to her was she got a few splashes of corn flour on her fur. So next I just continue to add water and continue to mix it. Mix. And then I felt like I added too much water because I got a bit impatient, so then I had to add more corn flour to the actual mixture. So guys, if you're planning on doing this at home, just be prepared to have a little bit of extra corn flour in case you add in too much water. The awesome thing is, because there's only 2 ingredients, you can't really go wrong. You just kind of add a little bit more water, and if you have too much water, then add a little bit more corn flour. So at this point, it kind of feels about right. Like, as you can see here, it is a liquid. I'm mixing it really well. but when I try and poke it really quickly, it doesn't actually let my fingers go through the surface. Like, I'm poking this as hard as I can and I can't get through the surface. I even punch it a few times and I can't make a dent. Now this next part is optional, you don't need it. I actually added a little bit of yellow food coloring because I thought it was more fun, and it also helps you guys see it a little bit better. So as you can see here, I'm picking the yellow oobleck up. It's looking pretty solid when I'm rolling it in my hands, but as soon as I let go, it makes a mess on the table. The crazy thing about this liquid though, even if you do get it on the table, you can just kind of pick it up using your own hands. And it's solid enough that it stays in your hands so you can like put it back in the bowl. This is crazy because you wouldn't be able to do this with any other kind of liquid. So I was pretty happy with that. Like, the oobleck was super fun to play with, and honestly I'd be happy with just making the oobleck and using it and playing around with it, and that would be my day done. But because I had some anyway, and I know you can make stress balls out of oobleck, I decided to make a stress ball as well. So what you need to do is just pour it into a plastic bottle. And then secure a balloon over the opening. Now this is definitely the easiest way to get the oobleck into the balloon because you can actually squeeze a plastic bottle in order to force the oobleck down into the balloon. Otherwise it would be really hard to actually get the balloon to a decent size without the extra pressure. So once you're happy that your stress ball is big enough, just take the balloon off the end of the bottle and then tie it up. And there you have it, your very own stress ball. Because there's oobleck inside, this is actually super similar to a real stress ball in the way that when you squeeze it, it actually holds its shape for a long time before going back to normal. And this felt super similar to an actual stress ball. This was definitely the closest thing to a stress ball I've ever made. So the next thing I did was actually take one of my pattern balloons, cut the end off, and then wrap it around the original balloon. This actually took me a little bit of time. It's probably easy if you have an extra person helping you. But after you get it on, you're pretty much done. I think this pattern balloon looks really awesome as a stress ball because when you squeeze it, the patterns do all these really crazy things and it looks super awesome. True to form, it's not a Jumbo Bunny DIY unless I destroy it in the end, so here you go. Oh, that looks so weird, look. It's like vomiting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that DIY. It was so easy to do, but also super rewarding. Now don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in a few days. Bye!